Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel and a little bit of an update for you. So, number one update, the Astra has gone. I've sold it. Yeah, sold it. It's gone. So basically I advertised it on Facebook, on Marketplace and lots of other different places on there. And a guy messaged me who lives locally to me. He only lives about 20 minutes, half an hour away. And yeah, came and saw it today and drove it away. Now I'm really chuffed. I'm really happy because it now means that Owen is parked on the drive, off the road. So now I just need to sell one more car to really be where I want to be. I want to be at the stage where I've got nothing parked on the road. So if you guys remember, anybody who was a member of the Rich 130 community, I shall call it, or anybody who's a friend, anybody who's been watching this channel for a while will know that a couple of winters ago, on two occasions, people came flying around on my road and bumped into two of my cars and damaged them. One of them was Sylvia, my Cavalier Saloon. It smashed into the back, pushed it forward and smashed it into my Mark 1 Cavalier. So both of them got damaged. The second time, a car came the opposite direction, lost control, hit my Astra. And at the time, the handbrake on the Astra wasn't great and it rolled back and hit the Mark 1 Cavalier. So the poor old Mark 1 Cavalier got hit both ends because it was sandwiched between the two cars. Now, since then, I've been desperate to make sure that come winter, I don't have any cars parked on the road. And it's any time we've had snow these last 2 years, as you can imagine, I've panicked. And I've just been full of anxiety and just like, please, 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 please melt, go away, don't freeze. I don't want my cars to be bumped into and damaged again. So thankfully, now the Astra's gone, there's only the Mark 1 left parked on the road. Now, I think what I am going to do is make a decision over what cars I'm keeping and what cars I'm selling. Now, at the moment, the trained eye will recognise the fact that I'm sat in the Manta. I'm sat here in the Manta, umming and ahhing, wondering what to do with this car. The thing is, it's such a nice place to sit. And the gear change, oh my word, the gear change on the Manta is just to die for. It's just, if you've never driven a Manta, oh, the gear change is just beautiful. Now, I am familiar with that gear change because obviously I've got my Mark 1 Cavalier and the Mark 1 Cavalier's got a Manta gearbox. So the Mark 1's got the same beautiful gear change. And I have been thinking of selling the Manta, but then I'm just like, I'm not going to get another Manta for the money I paid for this. You know, I paid not a lot of money for this because of it needing the welding to the floor pans and the welding to the front chassis swan necks. Now, it's all stuff I can do myself, other than really the swan necks I'd rather leave to professionals. But I don't know. I've just been sat in my Vectra as well. Because again, a few of you might remember back a few weeks, I was going to sell the Vectra. I had the Vectra up for sale. I had a guy on his way with his son coming to look at it and potentially buy it. But then I messaged him while he was on his way and I says, I've changed my mind. I don't want to sell it. But that was because of my ex-girlfriend, Becky. She saw it, she'd never seen it properly, and she says, that car's far too nice. Do you really want to sell it? It's beautiful. It's just so nice. And I'm like, it is nice, isn't it? And I do love it. And I don't really want to sell it. And she says, well, don't sell it then. I'm like, So I didn't sell it. So I threw away a good opportunity to actually sell it a few weeks ago. I have to admit, now that the Astra's gone, the temptation is there again to get it up for sale and get it gone. I can't decide. I say I only kept it because Becky, who is now my ex, because we've split again, and I think it's for good this time. In fact, it's for good this time. I don't really want to go into personal relationship stuff on YouTube. It's not the place for it, but yeah, I only kept it because she advised me not to sell it. So, another bit of news, one of my mates, who I've known for years through the Mark II Cav Owners Club, he's coming to my house on Thursday this week with his brother to come and have a look at Brad. Now, for those who know, Brad is my other Mark II Cavalier. And for those who don't know, I'm just letting you know, Brad is my other Mark II Cavalier, but he's a convertible, he's in red, and he's not been on the road since I bought him. I bought him too many years ago. I can't remember if it's 10 years ago. It might even be longer. It might be 12 years ago. I'll have to check the V5 of exactly how long ago it was. Once I've checked it, I'll put a little thing on this video to say how long ago it is that I bought him. But I've been thinking for ages, shall I just get Brad sold? Because I'm probably not going to get round to getting it done and sorted. So my mate's coming with his brother on Thursday to come and look at it and decide whether it's the car he wants to buy as a project. So that could happen. So come Thursday, I might have sold it. Now, he's probably not going to come and take it the same day. He's just coming to view it. Because they're going to need a transporter, they're going to need a trailer, they're going to have to tow it on an A-frame or put it on a flatbed or something. You know, they can't just come and take it the same day, but they can come and at least look at it and then decide whether they want it or not. If not, there is another guy on the Mark II Cavalier page who's looking for a project, and I have offered it to him. But I've said, well, my mate's coming to look at it Thursday. I'm giving him first refusal. If he doesn't have it, then the other guy might. This other guy only lives in West Yorkshire. He's not that far away from me. So yeah, so that might end up being sold. So if that happens, then that'll be the Astra gone and Brad gone, which means then I won't have anything parked on the road, and everything will be on the drive and tucked away safely. But, and this is the other but, there is another car that I really, really want to buy. A particular make, a particular model, and I really do fancy this particular make and model of car. The only problem is, for me to be able to buy one, I really need to have space on the drive to put it. Which means, really, I need to sell a third car. So it's okay selling the Astra, it's okay selling Brad, but I need to sell another one. So then that comes back round to, do I sell this, the Manta, or do I sell the Vectra? Do I even sell the Mark I Cavalier? As you might have seen in my last video, and if you've not, go back on the channel and look at it. I'm still having problems with the Mark I. I still can't get it running right. I have got an oil pressure, not an oil pressure, a fuel pressure gauge that I'm going to use shortly. I might even do it today just to see what the fuel pressure is showing, what it's reading. Make sure that it's reading enough pressure. See if that's the problem. But yeah, if I can't get it running right, I might just sell that as a project, as a non-running project, and let somebody else sort it out. But I don't know. I always wanted a car that's the same age as me. Now, I was born in January 78, and that was registered August 77. So it's just that little bit older than me, and I always wanted a car the same age as me. And again, the problem is, if I sold it, am I ever then going to be able to buy another car that's the same age as me? So I think, well, I don't really want to sell it. I don't know. This is my problem, you see, guys. See, the Manta, I've never had it running and driving. Well, I have, but I mean, I've never actually driven it on the road. I don't know what it actually drives like. I imagine it's going to drive very, very similar to my Mark 1 Cavalier, in which case, awesome. It'll drive lovely, because the Mark 1, when it's running, it does drive really, really nice. The Vectra, I did have that as one of my daily drivers. So again, I know what the Vectra's like. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely car to drive. I did actually drive it down the road the other day, round the roundabout and back up on my private road on my housing estate. Didn't go very far, but I did, when I was moving the cars around, I did drive it down the road, round the roundabout and back up. And it is lovely. It's so nice to drive, and it sounds amazing. The V6 engine, it just sounds glorious. But then Brad, I've never driven Brad. He's been sat in my garage all these years, and the only driving I've done in that car is up and down the driveway, which is the same with the Manta. I've driven the Manta up and down the driveway, onto the road when I've been moving cars around, back up the driveway, back to where it's parked currently, and that's all I've ever done. That's all I've ever done. So I've never driven Brad properly. I've never driven the Manta properly out on the open road. The Nova, that's another one. I haven't mentioned the Nova yet. What do I do with the Nova? You see, if I did sell some of these project cars, as in the Vectra and possibly even the Manta as well, then the Nova would be left as the one and only big project, and I could really then crack on with it and get it done. I've still got the Max Power Cavalier, the Charisma Cavalier, the Mark III. Definitely not selling that. That's a one-off, unique car. I would never be able to replace that. So that is the one car which definitely will not get sold. I have been tempted to sell the Nova. I have been tempted. One of my mates, who's currently building a Mark II Cavalier, a two-door saloon, making it like an SRI, with a red top in it and everything, he's actually on the lookout for a Nova GSI to restore and do up. And I have said to him, well, if you're after one to do up and restore, I've got one. But it would all be down to what kind of money he would be willing to pay for it. I don't think he'd be willing to pay the money that I'd like to get for it. Because I'm not going to give it away. I've had it for 20 years, 21 years nearly. So I'm not just going to give it away to, for nothing. I'd rather do the work on it myself, get an MOT done on it, and even if I did sell it, at least if I sold it with an MOT, I could sell it as a running, driving, road legal car. And I have to be honest, we're halfway through July. It's then going to be August, September, October. Before we know it, it's going to be winter. And I would really, really love to crack on and get the Nova done. Get some work done on it, get some of the welding done on it. One thing I've been doing recently, and sorry for going on, but one thing I've been doing recently is breaking down jobs. So on a day, I've said to myself, right, today I'm going to do this one little job. Now, this one little job might only take me an hour. Might take me 2 hours. But I've said to myself, right, I'm not going to overface myself. I'm just going to say, right, today I'm going to give myself this little task. This is the one job I'm determined to get done today. If I then get that job done and I've got loads more time, then I'll give myself a second job to do. And if I get that job done, then I'll give myself a third one. But if I only get the one job done, I'm happy. I'm happy. And I think this is what's been getting me down, because I've got the Manta and the Vectra and Brad and the Nova and the Mark 1. It's too many things, too many cars. It's too many things whirling around in my head. But the other day, I said to myself, right, I'm going to fit the new door lock on Owen. And if you've seen the video of me fitting the new door lock on Owen, that was my one task for the day. So I set myself the one job. That was it. And if I got that one job done, then I was happy. Guess what? By 10:30 in the morning, I'd done it. So that then left me with the rest of the day to do anything else that I fancied doing. And that's what you need to do. I think that's what I need to do. Like with the Manta, one job I need to do is fit a new window regulator on driver's door. So I could say to myself, you know what? Today, I'm going to fit the new window regulator, the new window winder regulator on the Manta. That's it. Just that one job. That one job is the one job I'm going to do. And if I get that one job done, that's it. I'm happy. I've got one thing done. I don't need to overthink it. I just need to set myself that one little task every day and get that one task done. Or even if it's just one task a week. It's like talking about the Nova. I think about the Nova and I've got to do inner and outer back arches on both sides. Inner and outer back end of the sills, both sides. I've got to do strut top repairs on the front. I've got to do the front slam panel and a bit of the inner wing behind the headlights. There's other little bits on the inner wing. There's like the bit on the boot floor that I've repaired in the past. Could possibly get away with it as it is, but I'd like to redo it and do it better. You know, that's just the basics, but then there's other stuff on it as well that I'd like to get done. And I think to myself, well, rather than overthink it and thinking to myself, it's a mammoth task, there's so much welding to do. If I just think to myself, right, today I'm just going to weld one little section of the front strut top. And that is the only thing I'm going to do today. It might take me an hour, might take me a couple of hours. But if I just get that one bit done, it's a tick box. It's a tick off the list of things that need doing. Same like with a Vectra. I look at the Vectra and I think I've got to do a rear suspension, spring, because one of the springs is snapped. I've got to sort out the leak on the power steering, because I thought it had fixed itself, but then when I actually took it off and down the road and back up, I came back and it had started leaking again. So where I thought it had kind of fixed itself, no, that was wishful thinking. I've got to do the welding on the back end of the sill on the passenger side. I think the driver's side's actually okay. And whatever else, whatever other jobs, you know, really it could do with a timing belt doing, because I've had the car for years and I've never done the timing belt on it. It's a 24 valve V6. The timing belt goes on that. Bang, 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 bang. Knackered cylinder heads, knackered pistons, knackered valves. 24 valves, you don't want to be having that cam belt snap, because that's going to be nasty, and then it's a new engine time. So I think to myself, again, same principle. If I just set myself one task, even if it's just one task per week, so like next week, I'm going to have a look at doing the power steering repair. I'm going to find out what it is on the car that's causing it to leak, and I'm just going to do that one job. Another week, I'm going to replace the rear suspension spring. And you're supposed to do them in pairs, so I would obviously do both rear springs. So that's another job ticked off the list. You know what I mean? This is what I mean. Rather than letting it get on top of you and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I've just got this huge, massive list of things I need to do. It's a nightmare. Just break it down into little sections. Or let somebody else have the fun of doing it. Let somebody else have the fun and just get it up for sale as a project. And that's why I still keep thinking about this, the Manta. Do I let somebody else buy the Manta, let somebody else have the fun and the enjoyment of doing it and then driving it and owning it? What do we reckon, guys? What do we reckon? All help, all advice is appreciated. Oh, and there's one more thing as well. I've got a mate who's got 2 cars for sale. Yeah, 2 cars for sale. He offered them both to me for a bargain price. I'm not going to say yet what they are, but he offered them me both at a bargain price. Now, my thought was, as soon as the Astra's gone, I'm going to buy one of them and I'm going to bring it and I'm going to put it on my drive. Because once the Astra's gone, I'm going to have space. I'm going to have space for it. I'm in the same position that I was before I sold Astra. But then I think, but what have I just been talking about? I've just been talking about wanting to make sure that there's no cars parked on the road come winter. And if I go and buy this car off my mate, I'm in the same position again. I'm in the same position. I'm still going to have a car parked on road. Well, one of them, I happen to have found a buyer for it. And I've found a buyer who's willing to pay what my mate offered me both cars for. So what I could have done, I could have bought these 2 cars, sold one for the money that this guy's asking, and the other one would have cost me nothing. The other car would have been free. But even though my mate would have been okay with me doing that, I would have felt bad that I'd kind of ripped a friend off, that I'd bought these 2 cars for this price, sold one of them for the same money, and got the other one for free. I might, you know, I have got some morals, and I would have felt a bit bad had I done that. So I have found him a buyer for one of them who's willing to pay what they wanted for both, just for one of them. So they're happy. They're happy as Larry. The question is, what will they now sell me the other one for? Will they give it me for free because I've got them the money they wanted for both? Or will they still want me to give them something for it? I don't know. I ain't broached that subject yet. The problem is, again, though, where do I put it if I do buy it? And then there's a problem that there's this one particular make and model of car that I really, really, really do want. And it's a car I've wanted since I was a teenager. And it's a car that I think to myself, if I don't buy it now, I might struggle to buy it in the future, because prices are fluctuating a bit. Prices have definitely gone up from where they were. If I leave it another year or another 2 years, prices are just going up on them. I think now is the right time to buy one while they're not too expensive. It would be by far the most money I've ever spent on a car in my life, but not unaffordable. But then that brings me back to selling the Manta. Do I sell the Manta? Ask for about 3,000 for it. The guy I bought it off, he said he might be willing to buy it back off me, because he sold it me. He knows the car. It used to be his. He says he might be willing to buy it back off me. And he says the money I'm asking for it, it says it is a little bit more than I paid for it, but I have had it nearly 4 years now. Is it nearly 4 years or 3 years? I think I worked out the other day that it is at least 3 years that I've had it. So prices have gone up since then. So asking for 3,000 for it is a little bit more than I paid for it, but it's not unreasonable. Anyway, guys, sorry for waffling. I'm just going on and on and on and on. I'm just like brainstorming. So what do you reckon? What do you reckon? What do I keep? What do I sell? Please let me know. Please let me know. I'm just noticing how red my face is. That's because I've been doing lots of gardening while I've been off work. And I just can't decide. Can't decide. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you've made it this far, then well done for actually not getting bored and actually listening to me all the way through, all 23 and a bit minutes. So thanks a lot, as always, for watching. Please try and get me to 1,000 subs. Please. It'd be so good to get to 1,000 subs and get that little reward, and maybe even start earning money off the channel. You know, get me to 1,000, then that might grow to 2,000, it might grow to 10,000, and I might actually be able to leave work and just make my money off YouTube. I wish. I really wish. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. Laters.